I want to talk about seasons. You know, we not only have seasons of the weather, but we also have seasons within our own life. And sometimes we're limited by those seasons. And it takes a coach to help you break through those limitations and find another way to keep creating and keep training. And that's what today's message is all about. So when it's winter here, it's cold, but not like it was when I grew up in Michigan. There we had the huge snow drifts and the ice, and it would have been really hard to get out and train. Here I pretty much have no excuse unless it's raining. But I want to tell you that this is the space. It's probably, I'm going to say 20 by 16 that I choreographed and trained all of my competition dogs in. I don't mean other people's competition dogs, those too, but my own teams when we competed. And what we would do is we would determine what we wanted to do, rehearse it, do what's called discovery. And that's where I would have a criteria in mind of, say I wanted something large ring covering. Well, what could we do that my dog enjoys, that I feel good about, that's large ring covering? And then we would just put the music on and try out everything we could think of. And every once in a while I would go, oh, that's it! And it usually wasn't what I created, it was usually what the dog created. So really keep your eyes on your dogs while you're going through discovery. And you don't have to have a big, huge, qualifying ring space to do discovery. This is not only where I trained and created all of my competition routines for my dogs, it's also where I created all of the dance routines for the movie Doggy Bee when I was the dog dance choreographer. And I also trained them, many of them, here in this garage space. So if you can push some things back, some furniture back, and just create a space 8 by 8 even, you can still create. And then what you'll want to do is, when you're having good weather, is take it out to a parking lot, maybe cone that off. I don't care if you stay on leash, that's fine. But then you can push the combination out and see what it does to the timing with the music. See what it does to your dog and yourself to have to cover that ground. I remember in competing when we had to cover a 40 by 50 ring, and I had been rehearsing here, I had to really push myself to cover that space with power. Now my dogs didn't have near the problem that I had covering it, but the thing is, you have to get used to what kind of force you need and stride you need and movement to actually cover that space for competition. Now if you're not a competition team, don't worry about it, you can skip that part. But I also have a lot of therapy dog teams who are performing in a little tiny space. It works perfect. So whether you're doing it just to come up with some new ideas and discovery for a routine, or you're planning a therapy dog performance, pretty much anything, it can be done in a small space. And you know, if you need help with that, you know who your coach is. You just send me an email at judy@dogscandance.com, and I'll be glad to set up a time with you to do a one-on-one via the internet. So I can see you, I can show you ideas, you can try them out, and I can see your dog's response, and then we kind of go from there. Because I want you to stay true to your team. I want it to be combinations that your dog loves and that makes you both look brilliant. So I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season, and I'll see you back next week.